I'm Bill Wyatt with your top stories of the day. Our lead story for this Friday: David Dylan Ives was arrested yesterday for the murder of his wife Amber Ives. David Ives has been charged with the second-degree murder, use of a firearm in committing a felony, and discharging a firearm within an occupied dwelling, as well as reckless handling of a firearm, and he's currently being held without bond. On August the 12th, Martinsville officers responded to a reported suicide at 735 Oneida Street. When they got there, officers found 25-year-old Amber Ives with an injury consistent of a gunshot wound. The victim did not survive the injury and was pronounced dead at the scene. Information and evidence collected at the scene by the officers and the results from the medical examiner's office determined that the case was not a suicide, but a homicide. Further information obtained during the investigation by the Martinsville Police Department and the Virginia State Police resulted in the charges against Ives. Well, the state and the owners, the foundation as they call themselves, of the Baldwin building on Fayette Street, have had a testy relationship. So much so, the state has indicated that they may move the new college institute somewhere else besides the building that was built purposely for them. Nearly 2 years ago, they offered $7.76 million for the property. Now the foundation has countered the offer by raising the price to $10.5 million. The counter offer was included in a press release by the foundation. Well, it was a close call for Dale Earnhardt Jr., a private plane carrying the former NASCAR driver, his wife, and their 15-month-old daughter crashed Thursday afternoon in eastern Tennessee. Officials say that the Cessna Citation rolled off the end of the runway, and then this was at the Elizabethton Municipal Airport. That resulted in a fiery crash on the side of a highway near the airport. Earnhardt and his family were treated for what appeared to be minor injuries at the local hospital. Well, the Food and Drug Administration announced on Thursday that a medication used to treat migraines was being pulled from the shelves because its continued use could lead to serious, life-threatening infections. Pfizer's the distributor. Relpax is the name of the drug. 40 milligram tablets is the dosage that is in question. They say that it could be contaminated with microorganisms that can cause bacterial dissemination from the gut to the bloodstream, potentially resulting in serious, life-threatening infections. Well, there are changes that are planned for a Danville business that announced that it would be bringing 500 jobs to the city last year. PRA Group, which is the Norfolk-based debt collection company, has now reduced that number from 500 to 300 at its call center in Danville. They say that the change is due to a change in technology for better communication, which requires fewer positions to man the call centers. Finally, most of the fog in the mornings in our area in Martinsville burn off by around 8 a.m. But from 3 a.m. to 8 a.m., the conditions are right for considerable fogginess, at least here recently. The picture here is looking toward the early morning sky this morning, toward the tree line with the steeple of Calvary Christian Church in the foreground. The church is located on Mulberry Road at the intersection with Reeves Road in Martinsville. And that's a look at your top stories for today. Have a good weekend. I'm Bill Wyatt reporting.